for a very different kind of video than I normally do, but something I'm really excited and passionate about for this year, and it is my 2021 through 2022 homeschool curriculum that I have picked out. So I have started watching Homeschool Tube, and this is a video that goes up. I'm a little bit later maybe than other people putting it up, but I'm really excited to talk about this, and we have decided to homeschool. Peter is going to be in first grade this coming year, and then Arthur, I'm going to be doing just a very little amount of preschool just because he wants to feel included. So just kind of very bare minimum, but something in case he wants to feel like he is doing school as well. Also, I do not take it for granted that I am in a position to homeschool. You know, I get to stay home with them, and also I just am really pleased that Peter won't be having to wear a mask, you know, like 10 hours a day. I get why people are doing it. You want to keep everyone safe, but I like that we have this other option where he can just stay at home. And I'm really thankful. And also thankful that I live in a place where it is legal to homeschool, because that is not the case everywhere. I just heard about as of 2022, it is going to be illegal to homeschool in France. So I'm really grateful that we have, you know, the opportunity to do this. And I will show you all of the things that I got. First, for handwriting, we're keeping it very simple, and we're going to be doing handwriting without tears. You can tell he already started this one for this year. What I really like about handwriting without tears is that it is so, you know, so simple. It's just, he does 2 pages a day, and they are really, I mean, this is the amount, like these boxes here are what he's writing in. So really little amounts, and I really like that. It gets, you know, they write more as they get older. And here, towards the end of this book, they're writing words in there, and he is able to write words, but he's not doing it in a, you know, book made for handwriting. Then we're going to be doing a morning time. That's a homeschooling term that people use for this kind of brain warm-up time. So after breakfast is when we will be doing it, and we're going to have a devotional, one Bible verse that he will be working on memorizing, and Arthur too. Sometimes he likes to participate in that. And then we'll listen to a read aloud. And although with my voice being kind of sore more frequently, we've started listening to audiobooks. And so thankfully we have access to a lot of good ones through the library. And we are currently going through the Tuesdays at the Castle series and having so much fun. So I think next we'll move on to Paddington. I found out that we have access to those audiobooks. The devotional that we will be doing is called How Great is Our God, 100 Indescribable Devotions About God and Science. This is by Louis Giglio. And I really loved, I can't remember the name of the other, Indescribable, I think was the name of the other one. But what I love is there's gospel tie-in in every single devotion. I do skip, if there's any devotions on literal 7-day creation, I do skip those because I think that's something we're not going to hammer really hard. Like, I think you can believe in evolution and still be an Orthodox Christian. And so anything that kind of makes it look like you can't be a Christian if you don't believe in literal 7-day creation, I just kind of skip that lesson there. Especially with a husband who is a scientist. That's just something that I've made an effort to do. But in the other book that I had, Indescribable, there was only one devotion that was really like hammering hard about that. Anything else for morning time? Oh, so then another thing that happens with morning time is the boys are going to stay occupied while listening to the audiobook. And that's easier for Peter. But I do have a couple things. So they can kind of do different things with their hands while they're listening to it. And I got this really pretty watercolor set for Peter. So he is excited. I kind of will trace a picture for him with a pencil, and then he paints in it. And he was so excited when he saw this watercolor set. And then we do also have Play-Doh, but our batch is a little old, so I'll need to make a new batch. The thing that I'm very excited about is I got 2 boxes of Kinetic Sand. I've heard so many good things, and Kinetic Sand is basically like sand with a little bit of baby oil in it so it can really hold its shape. I don't know how to explain it. But it's really cool and it cleans up very easily, I'm told. So hopefully it will be, but I think Arthur especially will be excited about that. And then I have to scooch everything over. I also got for Arthur, I just remembered that paint with water was a thing. He did a couple and he really likes it. So I don't know if any of you did paint with water as a kid, but it's great. All they need is water. It doesn't make a huge mess. And I really love that about it. Something that when we decided officially to homeschool for first grade, I was like, I have to get one of these calendars where they do the weather and the month and the day of the week. So we'll be doing this each day and it is magnetic. So that is exciting. Hopefully he'll get it really down pat, kind of days of the week, months of the year, the seasons. And then I did get Arthur one book. So this is Play Smart Alphabet and Tracing, Coloring, Pasting, Matching Games. And I think it'll just be really nice and low key. I mean, it is so simple and, will hold his attention. I think the only reason I got this, I don't think Arthur needs to be doing school, but a reason I got it is I think he likes to do what Peter's doing and to feel included. And I think he'll feel included that way. Okay, then I will show a planner for myself. And I'm excited about this. Just to kind of organize things, I have watched a couple videos from other moms with chronic illness that are homeschooling. And they recommended not planning more than 2 weeks out. And so I am taking that advice. I'm only going to plan 2 weeks in advance because they said then if you get behind, it's really depressing to like erase back that far. So I like that advice. Okay, I'll only plan 2 weeks in advance. Now, the other curriculum that we got, and I am so excited for, with Peter, we're primarily focusing on reading and math. And I think that's just the age you really want to get them strong in that. The reading curriculum and the math curriculum are from the same company, and they are from The Good and the Beautiful. One of my friends who's in my Patreon group actually told me about this company, and as soon as I went to their website, I was like, I just knew as soon as I saw it. So it is kind of, I feel like a really nice compromise between, kind of rote work in a book and Charlotte Mason, which is really kind of like experiential learning. And I really like that about it. And it's just, they're incredibly aesthetically pleasing books. And I think if a kid is going to have to look at a book every day, for months and months on end, they should like how the book looks. I love that it has art study involved with the reading and the math. So here's an example of this lesson. So this is lesson 24, and it has this painting here. And let's make story ideas that could be about this picture. Make this list out loud, and then read the list to the child, read the list back to them, and explore the beautiful painting page with them and ask them questions about it. And then it has, it's fun to look at a painting and imagine stories that could go along with it. Let's start by imagining the children's names. So I love it. It has this whole lesson around this beautiful painting. And then they read a poem and you're practicing the names of the vowels. And then at the beginning of each lesson too, I like it has kind of a review to make sure they are retaining what you've already done with them. Practice sight word ladders, practice phonics cards. So it came with phonics cards, a lot of phonics cards. And what I like is they give you enough phonics cards to get you, I think, through all of their language arts material. So you only need to do, I think, the first 56 for year one, or I have level K for him for reading. And then read to the child, read these words. So really simple lessons. And then on this one, they have to read all the double E sounds on the horses, and it's very beautiful material. So I am just over the moon about using this material. They have to see, like in this one, there's words under the cupcakes, and they have to see which words rhyme. I'm really excited about this. And it comes with a reader, and they're just supposed to slowly get through this reader over the course of the year. The reader is not it's not a bunch of stories. It's just kind of just words on the page. So it's getting them really strong on phonics. I love it. It looks very old-fashioned, these pictures. And then it also comes with some mini books. So it has the lessons tell you when they should read the mini books. They're little 7-page books. And it goes along with the phonics that they've been specifically learning. And then Peter has been doing well with his reading. He was kind of in between their level K and their level 1 with reading. So I had a bit of a dilemma, but I figured better to start, where he is really competent at it than make reading feel stressful. I did get the beginner books boxes C and D. And so these are early readers, and I think the art is really charming on a lot of these. Some of the art I don't like quite as much, but so it has some nonfiction in there, which he really likes. And and some diversity in the characters and the illustrations. And these will be really nice. These are supplemental. They aren't with the lessons. They're not part of the lesson, so he'll be reading these on his own. And I can't wait to use these with him. So then the math material we also got from The Good and the Beautiful. And you really get your money's worth with this. You get a manipulatives box, which has a clock on it so they can practice telling time. And then here's all the manipulatives. And the coolest part about this box is on the back, it has a magnet board and some of the shapes. They're going to make tangram pictures at some point, and they stick right on that board. And some coins, a left and right die, then just a regular die, some ship manipulatives, and some clock manipulatives, and some coins. And I think this is really lovely. Now, this is brand new, this curriculum. They did have, apparently before, they had a lot more manipulatives, and I heard parents just thought it was too much and overwhelming. So I'm glad to be here on the other side of things. And then here is the math book. And the math I'm extremely excited about. Again, just so aesthetically pleasing. Look at this, baby donkey edition. I love that. And it is at the most, it is 2 pages. So here is lesson 10, and you have your review at the beginning of each lesson, the kind of the concepts that you've been going through, and then the other page. So it's a connect the dot and time and addition. I really like that. So we do want to get him extremely strong in addition and subtraction. So I did also get this very industrial looking 100 math drills for first grade timed tests. So I think we'll be doing these once a week at first, and then once he gets better, we'll be doing it twice a week, but it is just really, it looks very intense. So we'll be doing it, like I said, once a week at first. And then we did also get 1 science unit from The Good and the Beautiful. Science, it's not going to be a huge priority for first grade, but I thought let him pick 1 because he does really like a lot of the science topics like space, but I let him pick the one that we did, and he picked mammals. I'm really excited for this. And I've been looking through the curriculum. I have to make some photocopies because the science curriculums, what's nice is if you buy them, you can use them for all of the kids, and then you just have some pages that you photocopy. But they also give you a sticker sheet, and through the course of the year, we're going to map out where the different mammals can be found. And what I love is there's art that's involved in each mammal. So it's very holistic learning style. And there's videos they can have them watch. And and here I said art for each one. So mammals in art. I think that's so beautiful. So I'm extremely excited about this curriculum. And then I got a different thing. We're also going to be doing a little bit of history, or geography and history. This is kind of the holistic learning, and this is very Charlotte Mason approved, but it's laid out. Some of the unschooling just overwhelms me. Like, how would you ever go about that? But what I like is this curriculum, I think, is a really nice marriage. It's called Beautiful Feet, And I got there Around the World with Picture Books, part 1. So there's a part 2, but this I think will definitely be set for the year. And this also has, you know, art and food and history and geography for each. It's just very, very cool, all encompassing. So the one other book that we did get to accompany this is this Maps book. And this is such a cool book, and you need it for each lesson. So all of the picture books that you need for this, I'm going to get through the library. So what country is this? China. Oh, that's the first one we're going to do. So, I mean, just look at that. I'm really excited to get to this. So for China, for instance, here is all of the picture books that you're going to look at for this. So there is the Maps book, Anno's China, which only they sell, and I didn't get the picture books with this, so we'll be skipping that one. But the story about Ping, where we're going to learn about cormorant fishing, and I did not know about that before. I'm excited about that. Grandfather's Journey, so that's about immigration. The Tale of the Mandarin Ducks. So some folklore in there, Crow Boy, Hush, The Lotus Seed, the story of Little Baba Ji, Once a Mouse, Mirror, The Emperor's Egg. And on the first day, we'll just look at, you know, the China page of the Maps book. And then the next day, we'll watch videos about cormorant fishing and read the story about Ping. And then we'll also look at bonsai trees. And then we'll watch videos about the Great Wall of China. We'll look up videos on calligraphy, embroidery, and we'll read a picture book that goes with that called Ruby's Wish. And then we're getting some biography and history ones. Marco Polo, Chinggis Khan, Kublai Khan, the Dalai Lama. And we're going to learn about Chinese brush painting. And he'll practice doing some of that. The nature connection. And I love with each one they have a nature connection. So I'll photocopy these ones at the end. And I got him this notebook. And he'll paint these or use colored pencil, whatever he wants to do. And we'll paste them in. And then here is a map of China and then the flag, the Chinese flag. And he can color that. And then at the end of each one, you make some of the cuisine from that country. So I love this. Is going to be very experiential, and hopefully he loves it. And the countries are China, Japan, Thailand, India, Antarctica, Australia, Morocco, Egypt, Tanzania, and Kenya, and Ghana. And the next book, part 2, has, I think it's more Latin America and Europe. And I'm so excited for this. Let me see if I forgot anything. Oh, one last thing I got, and that is money bags. This is a math game just to get them very strong in counting, and I've heard it endorsed by a couple homeschool moms. I am excited. I've been listening to all the homeschool podcasts, and I know there can be some social stigma out there about homeschooling, but I feel really good about this decision, especially in this crazy COVID time. I just think it's the right decision for our family. So I hope you enjoyed that kind of atypical video from me, and I will be back with another video soon. Bye.